Thanks, Lindsay. Appreciate it. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for having Energy Trust as the title sponsor for the tour. I appreciate it. Is this a good volume? Can everyone hear me well? Great. Yeah, my name is Scott Leonard, and I'm the Trade Ally Coordinator. And so my specialty is in new construction. So most of the things that I work with are going to be with new construction homes. But I can definitely try and answer some questions about retrofits, appliances. We've had some questions tonight about industrial, agricultural. If I can't answer the question, please just take my card and I can get you in touch with the right person. How many people, raise of hands, have heard of Energy Trust before Lindsay just mentioned them? Okay, that's going to make the first slide a lot easier for me to do. Energy Trust is a nonprofit. Basically, the way it works is that 4 utilities, Pacific Power, PGE, Northwest Natural, and Cascade Natural Gas, they pay into a public purpose charge. And you as a ratepayer of these 4 utilities, you're paying a certain amount to fund Energy Trust energy efficiency programs. So basically, these incentives that are available are going back to you as the ratepayer. So as long as you're part of one of those utilities, you can take advantage of any of the incentives that are available. So please visit the booth in the back corner there. There's incentives available for consumers. This is the territory right here in Hood River. You're in a full territory, so you can take advantage on both the gas and the electric side. Today we're going to talk specifically about EPS because of the tour tomorrow. As Lindsay mentioned, there's 2 EPS on the tour, so I'm going to explain a little bit about how EPS works. But basically, EPS was brought into the Oregon market as a way to judge energy assumption. It's an asset rating on the home. And it came in about 4 years ago. So far, we've done about 4,000 EPS, so we're doing about 1,000 a year. It actually started out at about 500, and it's making its way up. We did 1,325. That's 25% market share in Oregon have received an EPS. And when I say market share, that's 82% of the Oregon population is on one of the 4 Energy Trust utilities, and then 25% are building homes, new construction homes, that have received an EPS. 4 years ago, before the EPS existed, we'd pay incentives directly to builders for building to a certain level of efficiency. Energy Star. Has everyone heard of Energy Star? It's actually the second most recognizable brand name in the country. Who can guess what's first?
Coke.
You got it right, Coke. Yes. So Energy Star is second. Energy Star is typically about 15% improvement above code. And so we were paying a $600 up to $1,200 incentive for meeting Energy Star. But we started to think, okay, well, there's some savings there and some incentives to be had between 0 and 15% improvement. And then what about all those builders that are building 25, 35% above code? We got to recognize them somehow. So we came in with an EPS. I'm going to talk mostly about the new construction EPS today, but there is an existing homes EPS. So far, it started about a year ago, and there's about 1,500 in the pipeline. They look and feel very similar, but basically the process in getting them is a little bit different. But today I'm going to talk purely about the new construction EPS. So it's developed for 3 reasons. To look at energy costs, so your estimated utility bills, kind of like Lindsay was saying with the miles per gallon, it gives you an idea of how much this home's operating costs are going to be. It's going to look at the energy efficiency. You know, what is this home actually doing? What's the energy consumption there? And then the third component is the environmental impact. What's the carbon consumption of the home? And by doing this, by giving this to customers, we can have them, we can motivate them to make some energy efficiency improvements. So before you even begin construction, you can say to your builder, I want an EPS. And if they're working with Energy Trust, they can do a model of your home through the plans and get an idea of what your energy consumption is going to be before you even break ground. If you don't like it, you feel like you can do better, you want to put in some higher efficiency windows, higher efficiency insulation, then you can tell them that. Say, no, I want my operating costs to go down, and then you can take a look at that through the EPS. Okay, so EPS is not a certification. Energy Star, as I mentioned before, that's a certification. It's not a program. It's not a guarantee, because what's the biggest variable in a house with energy efficiency? Can anyone guess at that? Yep, someone said it. Yeah, it's the occupant. I mean, you can get an energy efficient home as you want, but if you put someone in there that's just cranking the AC all year and then, you know, putting the refrigerator in the garage and putting, you know, beer in the refrigerator, it's not going to matter what the energy efficiency is. It's not a cash incentive, but there's cash incentives available. It's not a HERS score. And it's not an alternative to any certifications. It's meant to work with all the certifications that are out there. There's all the different certifications. In Oregon, we're really talking about LEED, Energy Star, where is it, Earth Advantage. Those are kind of your main programs that go in Oregon for new construction. So this is what the EPS actually looks like. And I have a stack of them in the back, so definitely take one home with you if you want to look at it in detail later. Here's the front, there's the back. So on the top of it, we're looking at the operating cost of the home. This is the most important thing to the consumer. We did some polling, and they've said, yeah, we want to know how much this thing costs. How much is this home going to cost me to run? So on a monthly and annual basis, you can see how much this home is going to estimated to use. Some information about the home, where it's located, the year it was built. The year it's built is important because we're talking about the year of code it was built to. And then the two utilities that are on the home. And then it even breaks it down by electric utility and gas utility, what the operating cost would be. And then here we have the actual energy score. So when we say EPS, what is the score? This score got a 59. That's saying that this home is going to use 59 MBTUs per year. And we went with MBTUs because it's a good conversion unit from therms and kWh. So you can put your electric and your gas into one unit. And so this thing is going to use 59 MBTUs per year. We put it on a horizontal scale here. So right there is where it's at on the scale. 200 being the worst. It doesn't mean that that's the worst possible EPS you can get. I did some work on an EPS program in Wisconsin. They had some homes that were 400 or 500 because the homes are really big in Wisconsin. Our average home is closer to 2,200 square feet. You can get some 5,000, 6,000 square feet homes in other states. And so this home on a scale, you say, okay, it's got a 59. You can compare it to another home that has a 69. That's an easy comparison. You know that 59 is better than 69, so you know that that home's using less energy. So that's great. We have 25% market share, so there's a good chance you could buy one home and another home and they both have EPS, but really most likely not. You're not going to find a builder and then the builder next to them. Right now, that's not going to happen, but we hope so in the future that all homes would have EPS. So what we do is we compare the home to itself. This home built to code, so if you would build the exact same home and you didn't put the energy efficiency features in, you didn't put a tankless water heater in, didn't put the low U-value windows, your insulation is just code, the home would perform at 75. The exact same home, built in the same location, just to code. And the delta between the two, the 75 and 59, that's your energy savings. And then we compare it against similar size Oregon homes, so that's compared against all the same stock. We took hundreds of thousands of existing homes and put them into a regression formula, same size, same square footage, and same heating system. So you know that this home, as an existing home, is going to do a lot worse. So it's a good thing for new construction builders to show that these new homes, because they're building them to, pretty strict building codes, Oregon building codes they're pretty strict. They're getting an energy efficient home right off the bat. And then the carbon works the exact same way. It's in tons of carbon. A ton of carbon is like the equivalent of driving your car 2,000 miles, an average car. So this one's using 6.5 tons of carbon. If you didn't build it energy efficient, it would be using 7.6 tons of carbon. And then on the back side of it, you got some features about the home. So this is really good for the consumer because they can walk into the home and say, okay, it's got a score of 59. What got me there? And what got them there is the 49 in the attic, the R21 in the walls. It's got low U-value windows, efficient heating, and this is dynamic to each home. So if you had like a solar system on it, it would say that right there. It would say solar PV system. So a homeowner can walk into a home they're looking to buy and say, okay, I can see this window. I can see how this equates to the score. And then some terminology, some useful terminology about energy efficiency so you know what an R value means and what a U value means. That's the EPS itself. And I'm going to talk real quick about some other offerings. So that was new construction, existing homes, if you were a homeowner. Here's kind of the level of commitment that you can get into. You can start with a home energy profile. This is on Energy Trust website. It's real easy. You just go on there. You can ask you some questions, fill out some answers, and it'll give you a score, like how well are you doing, just based on the answers that you've provided. Next thing is you can apply for an energy saver kit. When I say apply, you actually just request it, and we give you an energy saver kit. It comes with like aerators, a shower head, some light bulbs, and it's customized to your home. So no cost involved there. And then it's not in there, but there's also a home energy review, which is free. If you sign up in the back, just with your information, someone comes out to your house. It's a 1-hour free assessment where they'll come in and do a visual assessment and give you an idea of what some measures you could take to be a little bit more energy efficient. The next thing from there would be to get into cash incentives, work with the trade ally contractor. It's our contractors that really drive the work and the energy efficiency. Hire a contractor to do the measures. And then the top end of that would be to receive an EPS. And you can get an EPS for your existing home as well. That's what our cash incentives are. I have these in the back. It's too small to see there, but it basically lists out things like insulation and windows, those type of things. And then also products, appliances. If you're just looking to purchase something like a new refrigerator or a clothes washer, these are mail-in rebates, really straightforward. I want to call out this fridge and freezer recycling. This is probably the biggest thing that Energy Trust does, the thing we're most well known for. I've actually walked into meetings with builders. I work with new construction builders and wear this shirt, and they've said, "Oh, are you here to pick up my refrigerator?" Totally dead serious, which probably didn't help my credibility walking in there. But we have ads on NPR saying $40. We actually partner with someone that comes into your home, picks up the refrigerator, takes it out, takes it to a recycling plant where they recycle 95% of the products. I've watched it happen. They're actually taking that, so it's not going to a dump. And then they pay you $40 for it. They'll actually go into your home, pay you the $40, remove doors off hinges if you need to. It's a great free service where you get paid for it. And then you can get a $75 if you're paying or buying a new refrigerator. And really, most refrigerators are qualifying these days. It's pretty hard to find an Energy Star or a refrigerator that's not Energy Star. I believe that's my last slide. Does anyone have any questions for me? Or are we doing questions later? Yeah, doing that. Okay. I'm going to pass on to the next speaker.